Cool, amazing. So how are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
It's really nice over here, Colorado.
Okay.
Yeah.
How was because you had a bug sting on Wednesday or Thursday?
Oh, yeah, no, I'm fine again. I'm like ha had a pretty bad reaction to it, but it like with the medicine and everything, it just poof goes away.
It's gone
It's all
away.
good. It's going away.
Gone
It's all
away.
good.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try and pronounce your name.
Good luck. No.
Okay. Rannveig
Ooh.
Aamodt.
Almost.
Aamodt.
Yeah, that's perfect. Good job.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, I've been
Yeah.
I've been working on that.
Yeah. Practicing. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, I forgot.
yeah. So I'll do a
How are
quick
you?
pardon?
How are you? You're
Yeah,
in
I'm
the
good.
gym.
Yeah, thanks for asking. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, we've had really hot weather here, so I haven't really slept that well for the last 3 or 4 days. And then
Yeah.
last night it was a bit cooler, so I slept a bit better. But as I've got kids, I had to get up early this morning. So yeah, damn kids.
All of that. Damn kids. I talked to my people in Norway and they said the same. It's really, really hot, huh?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, my sister's in Spain, and she said
Oh,
it was 42 degrees there, like
yeah.
Celsius. I, I,
Yeah.
I I guess you work in Celsius, the Americans work in Fahrenheit.
Yep. All the Celsius
Yeah,
is here.
yeah. So I'll do a quick introduction and then we'll get chatting.
All right.
So this is the 19th episode for the Climate Flow podcast, and today's guest is none other than I'm going to try this again. Rannveig Aamodt.
Yes. Yes.
Cool, thanks. Uh, Rannveig is Norwegian. She's been climbing for 22 years. You're an author, photographer, climbing coach, yoga coach. You've studied alternative veterinary medicine, and you like cross country skiing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a lot. I don't do all those things anymore, but I have at some point in my life.
Okay, so how come you're in Colorado?
I got married 14 years ago.
Okay.
We've been like for the first years we're back and forth a lot, and
Okay.
then until like eventually the kind of the countries make you choose where you have a main base. So I
Yeah.
ended up here. Hmm.
Cool.
So I really like it.
Yeah. And how did you settle into the States from moving from Norway?
For the first, I want to say the first uh 5 to 10 years is challenging,
Yeah.
and then you like, and now I mean it's still challenging, but now I'm like I feel home here finally. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So why did you find it challenging?
Just I know, like you are born into all the things you take for granted when you're born in a country, like how things work, the language, people, friends, like everything, and then like, it takes a while to like to integrate into
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. I mean, so I guess social etiquette, cultural behavioral
Yeah,
traits.
yeah, everything for
Yeah.
sure. It took a while. And then I want to say like the last years after I kind of settled, we were on the road for a lot, like the first 10 years. Like I think I had like 260 travel days a year seated
Wow.
for climbing. So it wasn't like really settled here and had a base. It was like kind of always on the go.
Yeah.
So I think that like now the latest after COVID, we settled more and spend more time here, and that makes it more yeah, that makes me feel like home more.
Okay. So
Hmm.
what kind of behavioral traits did you struggle with in the US? So I'm interested because so both my parents are Dutch. I was
Hmm.
born in Belgium and I moved to the UK when I was 15, and I've been living in the UK for 30 years, and I'm still learning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what was the question?
So, how did you find the like adjusting to different cultural behavioral traits in the US?
Oh, that's a difficult question. I haven't really like thought of the like the specifics
Well,
in
or
it.
just
I
in,
do. I like in general, I do find like the Americans really, or at least the ones I'm around, like really friendly and easy to be around, more direct.
Okay.
So I don't think it's like in that way it's hard. It's just hard to like settle in and feel home. It's like less about the like the personal traits of the Americans itself, I think.
Okay. So being away from family and I
Being
guess
away from family was like the biggest challenge that that was kind of the
yeah.
hardest. Yeah, now with Zoom and FaceTime, and now I feel almost like I talk to them more than they talk to each other because I'm on.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but maybe I don't know, maybe it brings you closer, right? I think my sister moved to Spain 2 or 3 years ago, and I feel a lot closer to her because we
Mm.
spend more time talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's and then when you're first like at home, you're more present. You're like there, actually there. You don't have like a life at home where you're like busy, and I feel like the guys at home are like have their lives and they're busy and they go to work and they don't like see each other that often. When I'm home, I like have all the time. That's what I do then.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
a lot of time to be present and visit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
you have a big list of things that you do. You're a climber, you're an author, uh, photographer.
I don't write much anymore. I should take that off the
Okay,
the
so what did you write?
I used to like I wrote, like on the that's how I part of how I made a living as a climber for 10 years is that you write articles, you travel and you write about it. And my husband is a photographer, so he would take photos.
Oh, okay, cool.
How I would support myself, or part of it was to
Yeah.
write and blog and whatnot.
So how come you don't write anymore?
Um, I have a lot of other things I'm doing. I
Okay.
started I have a photography business too now. So I have a so for the last 7 years I've been shooting weddings
Okay.
and family sessions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I have a short-term rental business in Estes Park, Colorado. So it's kind
Um,
of just
what
it's
do you, the shop? Did you say shop?
a short-term rental, like an Airbnb business.
Ah, right. Okay, cool. Right.
Mm. Yeah.
Cool. And
Um.
do you still
So
teach
that
yoga?
nope.
Okay. Right. That
Oh,
that's that one
let's
crossed off the
take that
list.
off the list too. Yeah.
Do you still climb?
I still climb probably just as much.
Okay.
Not a full, not a, that's not like my full-time job anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, that used to be like I had a 10-year run of like being a full-time climber.
Okay. Cool.
And now I probably climb just as much. I just don't make a like living off of it.
Okay. So it's more of like I mean, not that climbing. I mean, a job.
Yeah,
What did you consider
uh,
a job? Just climb and write.
climbing and like I have sponsors, but not like make a paycheck off of it,
Okay.
which kind of feels nice actually at this point.
Okay. Cool. So how did you get into climbing?
I had my older brother, he's 6 years older. He started climbing in back in Norway when we were kids, and he bought me a pair of climbing shoes for like a graduation gift. And he's like, "Little sister, you're gonna start climbing." And so I did. And yeah, we've been he's been like a big part of my climbing like journey for he still is. He climbs and we climb together and it's really fun.
Okay. So how old were you when you first started climbing?
Yeah. I don't think I was one of those like talented kids that started climbing. I started when I was 16 and I was a dangly noodle.
Yeah.
Good at running. I wasn't like this big like climbing talent like you see the kids these days growing up.
Yeah.
Um, but I loved it. I really loved the challenge of it and like the yeah, everything that came with climbing. So I stuck with it and trained a lot and got got decent.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And what do you
Hmm.
mean by decent?
No, I don't know. That's up to whoever to judge. Um, yeah, so like so I started when I was 16 and got sponsored when I was 24 maybe,
Okay,
something like
cool.
that. So I had a we started just climbing around in the mountains, try climbing. That was my first kind of
Okay.
part of the sport
Okay.
until
So you like track climbing and sport climbing?
yeah, we were doing all the things when we were young. I mean, I still do, but it was mostly try climbing. In the beginning, it was like for the adventure to get to the top of the mountain. That was
Yeah.
the how I started climbing,
Yeah.
and then I got like hooked on the training aspect of it and like become a better climber, not just be out adventurous. And
Yeah.
then I got into sport climbing and bouldering, and I had my older brother's crew was really like supportive, and I felt really lucky. I realized now that I was really lucky when I started climbing. I know a lot of girls have like, struggle with being a girl in the climbing sport.
Oh,
And
really?
but my brother and his friends were like, "Come on, little sister, you got this."
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
got all the support. It's really beautiful to think back. Like at that point, I took it for granted,
Okay.
but now I see I was really lucky with the support group I had around me.
So as you mentioned, like a lot of women struggle to get into climbing.
Yeah, I think like a lot of women describe these days that it's like hard to be a girl in the sport, like having like bros giving them beta or being better
Oh, yeah.
or I don't
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I never had to like deal with any of it. So when I like realized that other people have like a totally different story than I do, I was like, oh, this is not yeah, this is I was really lucky.
Yeah. Yeah. That's nice. I mean, I think you see a lot more, definitely a lot more. I guess most of the Western world has been in the olden days quite patriarchal, and
Yeah,
I guess it's really nice to see a lot more support over the last so many years with pushing women into a lot of different sports. Uh,
yeah,
and you see a lot of very talented female climbers. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
there were some very talented female climbers in the old days, but there was only a couple around, right?
yeah,
And now it's becoming more and more popular, and the gap between the ability of men and women is it's just it's so small.
yeah. No, it's yeah, for sure. It
Yeah,
equals
it's like
out,
Brooke Rabbittu just climbed 9B plus.
right?
It's crazy, right?
Uh-huh.
And then only two men have climbed harder routes than that.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. I love it.
Yeah, yeah, very cool. So, but you're not shy to hard work, right?
No, that's probably one of my one of my strengths,
Yeah.
actually. I love the to grind and do like to lean in and do the work.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So I read that you did in 2006 some cross country skiing across Norway,
yeah,
3,900 miles.
yeah.
That's
Uh,
that's quite a lot,
of all the trips that I've been to this day, I think that is the like the biggest adventure, the best adventures I've ever had.
right? So describe to me, I guess your training and why you decided to do that.
Yeah, so I think I started as a little kid. I was probably like 6 or 7. My dad was talking about it. He's like, that would be a cool thing to do. Like to cross like I mean we grow up on cross country skis if you're from Norway. You kind of like that's just part of growing up. So
Yeah.
it's not like something we had to learn or something you have to learn as an adult. But yeah, and my dad and he was talking to my brother. They wanted to do it and they never did. They were too busy. And then I had my one of my climbing partners or the ladies I looked up to in Norway, one of the like the best female climbers in Norway. I looked up to her and she came to me one day and she's like, I have this idea that I want to cross Norway on cross country skis. And
Okay.
I'm like, sign me up. Yeah. And from then on, we just like started looking at maps and like planned everything we needed to plan. And yeah,
And
it's
just
really
like that, you
four and a half months we spent. Yeah, I was 22 and she was 42.
wow.
And yeah, I had a background of of having Alaskan Huskies and Greenland dogs. So
Okay.
I already knew about like dog mushing, so we brought two Greenland dogs, the polar, the ones that can live outside. I don't know if you know about them, but so we
I
bought two
don't.
of them, a poke, and yeah, and we just started treading along, and 4.5 months later,
Okay,
here
just like that, just 4.5 months
I
later, you appeared on the other side of Norway.
am. You just if you just ski every day, eventually you get there.
Yeah, yeah, I guess so, yeah.
You just gotta keep skiing.
But surely along, did you do any training for it?
I think I mean I was like big into running. I ran a lot when I was from I was a kid.
Yeah,
I was already in good shape, and I did we have a school in Norway for people that wants to be athletes, like a college for all the where all the a lot of the pro skiers that comes out of Norway go to this college because there's like built-in time to train and ski and practice the sports you want to get pro at.
yeah,
And that was my college. I like had like a pretty big training base
yeah.
in the yeah, so I was in good shape already.
Okay.
Didn't we like went on some like practice runs to make sure our equipment worked, but we were pretty
So,
jumped right into it, you
so
know.
you had legs of steel.
Yeah. Well, after the trip I did.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
pistons, like pistons
Yeah.
in the engine.
You get good at doing things for a long time, slow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you must have experienced some hardship on the
Yeah.
trip.
Yeah, it was a very like informative trip, I would say. Like learn to you learned what I learned the most, I think, is like people were like I've heard of people that has done this trip before and they're like not bragging, but they're like, oh, it's so hard, like that the difficult part of it is I don't know how to describe it. Like the suffering is the bragging about the suffering. I think I found the most like the best part of the trip is that when you learn to make those like supposedly uncomfortable situations just a little more comfortable, like you do like the whole so like it's not about the suffering that is the cool part of it. It's like to make the suffering less suffering and actually have a really good time.
Okay. So
Yeah,
there's a female athlete that describes the pain cave. Uh,
yeah.
can't remember her name. I remember a surname. I think she's a triathlon runner. Somebody Dowalter.
Someone who sorry you cut out.
Her surname is Dowalter. I can't remember her first name, but she talks about
Hmm.
the pain cave. And I
Yeah.
I recently had a chat with, was it might have been Kate Callahan, uh,
Mm.
Kelligan, sorry, that's how I
Jake
say.
Helgen.
And she talked about the pain cave, but she talked about making the pain cave more decorative, like put some lights in there and making it really nice and exciting, some love hearts and things, so that
Yeah.
the pain cave doesn't seem so painful.
Yeah, I think that's my jam. That's
Okay, cool.
I yeah.
Try that.
You yeah. Yeah, to make it more comfortable to be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's a,
Yeah.
it's a skill.
Yeah. So I
In
mean,
climbing too, I feel like when you train hard for a project, I think it's the same thing. It's like a place you can go back to like kind of make the to make it nicer and easier to just stay in the grinding of hard work when you want to do something.
yeah, okay. So there's this thing there. Maybe I should try and decorate my pain cave.
Should decorate your pancake.
Cool. So you moved to the US 14 years ago, you said?
Yeah, we've been married for 14 years.
Okay.
And we were, as I said, we were like half half, maybe in Norway in the first 5 6 years
Yeah.
of it before we because I was studying still.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
And so you've been climbing quite well, traveling all over the world, climbing, writing, and that was all going well.
Yeah, yeah, I would say.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, yeah.
What's the coolest place you've been to?
For climbing,
Yeah.
I think Columnus is still one of my happy places where I've spent a lot of time in my climbing
Okay.
career. And
Okay.
then actually, we just Nathan and I just bought Nathan's my husband. We just bought a place in Red River Gorge
Okay.
in Kentucky. That's also a place that I really
Like,
feel good.
yeah.
We've spent a lot of time, and now we have a little cabin there with a little bit of acreage, and yeah,
Okay. Cool.
we can spend time. Probably gonna be there half half the year, I'm guessing.
Okay. And do you still go to Kalimnos?
Yeah, still go. It's like at this point it's I gotta yeah, no, at this point it's I shouldn't say I've out climbed it, but I've climbed a lot of it.
Yeah.
So at this point you gotta like walk all it's like a struggle to find good routes that you haven't climbed yet. But
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
still like good vacation. I mean I'm by no means like could climb there a lifetime, I'm sure too. And there's a lot of hard climbs that I haven't climbed yet, but
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
it's fine to like branch out a little bit.
Yeah. Cool.
I
Cool.
probably spent like 2 years in total there,
2 years.
probably.
Wow. That's cool. I've
Yeah,
been there a few times, but nothing close to 2 years.
yeah, no, I spent a lot of time.
So what's been your most memorable project in Kalimnos?
I think Nadir up at Odyssey. It's a
Yeah. Okay.
14. Yeah, I yeah, I that's the that was my project, and I actually like broke my finger climbing it, crimping on it too hard.
You broke
So
your
that's
finger.
I broke my finger on it without knowing that I broke my finger. And I came down one day and I'm like, my finger feels a little funny. I'm gonna tape it and keep climbing.
As most
And
climbers do, right?
huh?
As most climbers do, bit of tape and
Yeah,
just
did
climbing.
a tape and keep climbing. Yeah, I had to. It's still kind of
Oh
broken, isn't
my
it?
God, it's wonky.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. It's my lazy Susan now.
oh my God, I've got a friend who's got a finger just like that.
Yeah, I came to the doctor like a year later, and he's like, "Do you remember when he broke?" I'm like, "Yeah, kind of do."
Yeah, okay. So,
That's one of the problems with how I think my pain threshold is a little skewed from
yes.
pain I've gone through in my life, which is a good thing in like certain situations where I can handle pain, but in others I might should have gone to the
Yeah.
doctors.
I mean, that's right. I think most people would not climb on a broken finger.
No, probably not.
Yeah. I guess you're super highly motivated and yeah.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's I have a oh I think my motivation overrides the pain sometimes for sure.
See, I wonder sometimes, I wonder if women have a greater ability to cope with pain built into them. Um, because I mean, women have to give birth, right? Which to
Yeah,
me seems like super painful, amongst other things that women have to live through that men don't have to live through at all. So I don't know. I would assume that women have a higher pain threshold
yeah, there might be.
based on an educated guess,
Very
based
educated.
on no medical research.
Yeah, no, I'm sure there's some truth in that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And can I ask you what happened? What happened in 2012?
Oh yeah, my accident,
Yeah,
a big accident. Um, it's a long story. How deep do you want me to?
just go as deep as you want. Just go as
Yeah.
deep as you comfortably feel to want to go.
Oh yeah, I'm like 100% comfortable talking about it. It's
Cool.
not yeah. So 2012, April 26th, I was in Turkey, celebrating that I'd just gotten my green card for the US.
Yeah.
I came to Gig Fury and climbed. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, first morning actually. We went up to a big cave up there and were to warm up. I just came off a shoulder injury, so I wanted to top rope,
Yeah,
and my husband climbed first. He hung a rope, and I was in this big cave. It's like 11B, maybe, I think, up at the circuit sector. And some other people right before I tie in said, "We want to top rope this as well."
yeah,
And since it's this like steep cave, I was like, I'm not gonna be able to like top rope it and then come down and clip back in for these guys to have the top rope ready,
yeah.
because it's steep. So it's like, oh, I'll pull down a lot of this is gonna be complicated. I don't know.
It's okay.
Stop me.
Look,
Stop me.
I
And
understand.
oh
I
yeah.
understand.
So yeah, so my idea was to pull down a lot of rope so that I could like I tied into the sort of the middle of the rope so that
Yeah,
I could have like, this tail that I was trailing that I could clip back into the dross as
yeah,
I climbed up.
yeah,
And when I got to the anchor, I was just gonna lower and this tail would still be through the quick dross. That
yeah,
was my idea.
yeah,
So I climb up, clip the dross back, like clip this tail into the quick dross beneath me, get to the anchor, clip myself directly into the anchor, and then I take the rope out because it's a new rope and it's really tangled. So I just wanted to unclip and like untangle it and clip it back in.
yeah,
And at the time when I clip it back in, I see the tail that goes through all the quick draws where I've been climbing and think that I've been leading.
yeah,
Flip of a second, I think that I've been leading, and that's just a loose end.
yeah,
So I clip my knot on the same side of the anchor as my belayer.
yeah,
So I think he's on that side and he's on this side. So when I and he's like, I'm like, do you have me? Yeah, I got you. And then I feel a tug, but it's directly to my harness. It's not through the anchors first.
yeah.
So when I unclip from the anchor, I just fall to the ground. So I had a 50-foot ground fall, landing on like a big slab of rock.
Fuck.
And I like broke, like I landed with like bent feet. So I like shattered my, like exploded my ankles, had like 3 fractures in my back, split my pelvis, broke my elbow, cut my tricep tendon,
Fucking hell.
uh, broke my teeth. I like broke a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, yeah, so that's
Fucking hell. So your was it your husband that was
yeah,
the
my husband was belaying. So
okay.
he thought he'd like had first when I started falling, I thought he'd like just had a little bit of slack out.
Yeah,
And then it's like started accelerating and I'm like, fuck, this is going too fast. And he thought he had slack out. So he started running down the rock slab
yeah,
to like to take in the slack in the rope that he thought was just slack. And then
yeah.
I landed basically at his feet.
Fucking hell.
And then there was a whole, big rescue. We were like up. I don't know if you've been to Gagberry, but you're like way up in the mountains, like on goat trails and like dirt roads. And so it's like probably like a 3-hour rescue
Right. Well,
mission where my husband thought it was, yeah, it's pretty epic, epic.
yeah. I mean, you've survived that. I think that's, I mean, you survived it. Yeah. I mean, broken back,
Yeah, no,
broken ankles, elbows, shatters, rib tendons. Like, amazed that you, like, I guess that you're, I mean, you're here, right?
yeah, I think that's there's a lot of lessons in that with all despite all the trauma that you go through that happened, it's still like there's a lot of lessons in it, good lessons in it too.
Okay.
Like what was most for on my end, this is me and my husband have a very different story here because I'm on the ground and people describe this like bubble of light when they almost die.
Right.
I don't know if you've heard other people, and that actually happened to me. I was like in this like bubble of like light where there's no pain, no suffering, no stress. And I remember like like looking up at everyone who's like screaming and crying, and I see their worry, and I'm like, why all you guys are always so worried? What's
Yeah.
the
Do you know? So my brother, he's like my brother. He kind of knows a bit about drugs and stuff.
Mm,
Apparently, and again, like I don't know how true this is, but just before you die, your body releases a chemical
mm.
that takes away all that pain. That there is a tree, I think, in Africa of which you can extract this drug, which
Wow.
you can take, and it simulates that same experience of seeing light and feeling
Wow.
okay with everything.
Mm. It's quite amazing how, if that's how it is to die, I don't think anyone needs to worry about it. And that is kind of like, I would rather take this drug, by the way, if
Yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't
yeah,
need to
yeah,
break my
yeah.
ankles.
Yes, yeah,
But the feeling of being okay with dying is it's like living through life with having that experience makes life very different before and after.
How do you mean? How does it make it different?
It makes you, I think we go through life being very scared of dying without even knowing that we are.
Yeah,
And I think that the knowing of like I can't like this is on many levels, but just I don't know how to start. It's just a very like peaceful feeling. It like puts a peace, it's like an inner peace where you're like, it's okay. We're gonna
yeah,
be okay. Yeah. In any situation, you're like, it's okay. You're gonna like we're all like talking about death with people, being like having a peace. I think a lot of people clings to life, even to the last minute of the life, like really hold on to life and scared, and there's a lot of fear. And so yeah, it's a very peaceful thing to know that we're gonna be okay.
yeah. Okay.
Mm.
So this,
And yeah, and also like surviving that gives gave me like different like perspective of life. All the things that, of course, this is after when I start recovering, not in the moment when I'm on the ground, but like the all the things that doesn't matter in your life, all the things that we worry about that is kind of unnecessary,
yeah.
just gets like washed away.
Okay.
Like if you're comparing your, like in your climbing, you might compare yourself, you're stressing about work or you're stressed about your performance, all the like the small stupid shit that we care about that doesn't matter,
Yeah,
gone.
yeah.
Which is really nice. You're
I
just
mean,
happy. You're like kind of high on life after. You're so grateful.
yeah,
And I think we take that for granted if you don't have, or maybe I shouldn't say everyone, but if you, I think having like a close to death or into death experience, like uh, gives you a different uh,
perspective.
perspective. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, so yeah. I mean, I got so many questions. So many questions. I mean,
Oh,
I mean, I guess the rescue happened. Like you were taken to hospital. How long was the recovery? Because I mean, like reading all this, that looks like you were must have been almost immobile.
yeah. Yeah. For the first, I mean, I got taken, as I said, it was probably a 3 hour rescue to the hospital in Antalya. They took
Yeah.
me, and there they did a lot of surgery, and they don't speak English. So for the first week, we don't really have an idea if I'm paralyzed, if
Okay.
I'm gonna be walking again. Nathan was on like Google Translate and trying to like talk into Google like and try to get an idea of what's going on.
Yeah.
But most of it is just like just be happy that you're alive. That's all we know, kind of. We cleaned you up as well as we could. And if you're gonna walk, if you're gonna climb, like don't even worry about it. You're here.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's kind of like the first um yeah. And then I was lucky enough to be from Norway. Norway came with a private jet airplane, picked me up in
Cool.
Turkey,
Wow.
flew me back home, and I haven't seen a bill. I don't know how much I cost Norway, but it couldn't be cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah, they flew me back to Norway, and Norway up in Trondheim, they opened me back up, redid all the surgeries, reset my elbow with like plates and screws, and I was like communicating like I'm a athlete, so please like put me back as well as you can.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like so they opened me back up, did it like reset, did everything as well as they could, and then yeah, and then I was sent to a rehab center in outside of Oslo, south of Oslo, for 3 months, I think, where he had all the. I'm so lucky. I know how lucky I am. I had like such an amazing like rehab facility to. If you're motivated, you can do everything you need to do to
Okay.
recover with like a whole like you're in the center and you have therapists and doctors and like all the swimming pools and all the things that you need to.
So you had a really good facility available.
I got a really good. I had to apply to get there. It's not like it's not like you don't get sent there if you don't like really uh, yeah
Okay.
work on getting there.
Okay.
But yeah, and if you're so yeah, if you're motivated, and that was one of my like biggest fears, I think, after the accident, to if someone said like if you just worked a little harder on your rehab, you would have been like less disabled right now. So I
Yeah.
was like, I'm gonna do everything that is in my power
Yeah.
to like like come back to life,
Yeah.
and then like all the other things that I can't control, I'm gonna try to accept and let go of.
Okay. Wow. That's I guess the 3,900 mile cross country skiing journey
Yeah.
obviously helped. I'm guessing
Mhm.
helped with a bit of that mindset, right?
Yeah. It's interesting you say that. I think I felt like when I was in the rehab, I felt like I've been training for it almost like my whole life, like just to like put your head down and do the work,
Yeah.
like be happy for this small little like things that you're able to do and like just keep grinding at it.
Yeah.
I had I was like I I mean there's a lot of like pit holes you can like fall into when you're rehab, like I'm the victim. Why does this happen to me? All the things you can like fall into,
Yeah.
along the way where you're like you have to like make a choice, I'm gonna accept and like move forward from like where I am, or I can like always have an excuse of like I used to be better before.
Yeah.
I'm broken now. Like, all the things. You just have to like make a conscious decision. I'm like, I'm not gonna go that. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna start over
So
today.
yeah, is that your personality to because you sound very pragmatic? Is that your personality?
I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just move
Just
emotions aside and let's just deal with what I need to do.
yeah. I mean, there's a lot. Like I wasn't able to like move like that's how like the emotions I feel like take it's a healing of its own. It takes like first I healed my body and then like the emotions kind of catch up to you, and that is a whole its own journey to deal
Yeah,
with.
yeah, I'm
Yeah,
sure. Yeah.
yeah.
I guess
Like I almost
For
huh?
Nathan too, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, we had a lot of I don't want to go into details of that, but we had years of separation after the accident, just because I was like, I need myself.
Yeah,
It's like I almost lost myself. I need myself. It's like caught up to me of like, yeah, I just needed to like spend all for a while. I felt like I need to spend all the energy that I have, which it wasn't a ton, to
yeah,
like heal and like I don't have the capacity to deal with other people's like emotions for now. I
yeah,
mean that healed, but it took a long time and it came like with a lag of like other people would look it would look like I healed up physically. You're like, oh, good to see you. You're like healed up. But my mind hadn't like caught up yet. That
yeah. Okay.
was the whole like journey of its own that took some years.
So what did that look like? That the mental recovery?
It looked like me breaking up. and my
Okay.
husband going off on my own. And uh it was a lot of like, I mean, you can't stay in that like bubble forever where you like all about yourself, you know. But for a while, you have to like accept. I was going to therapy a lot of therapy because I was feeling like very, maybe being like very selfish, you know. It's like hard to be selfish without feeling guilty about it. It's just a
Yeah.
lot of guilt in it. It's like, is this right? And then just work through it and took some time, and then you come out of it eventually.
Yeah, but I'm guessing you, with that recovery period, I would assume that you didn't have the capacity to, like you say, take on somebody else's emotions or problems, or like like in, I guess in a relationship, you give and you take. But I guess in that moment, in those moments, you didn't have any energy to give
Yeah.
to anyone, so you had to focus on yourself to try and get better.
Yeah. And that's really hard. Like for Nathan, it was the opposite. He's like, I almost lost her. I'm never gonna lose her again. Kind
Yeah,
of gonna hold on to her really hard right now. So
yeah,
then you have this like off balance. One person needs himself and the other person needs you. So you're like all the dynamic was really off for a while,
yeah.
for some years until like we both gone through our trauma on our own and then came back together.
Good. Well, that's a nice story, right? That-
Yeah.
That's a Disney ending, a Disney happy.
Disney ending. Yeah, we're doing really good again. We're doing probably better than we ever have. But
Yeah,
it took
I,
a while.
I
It
like
was a,
I like happy endings.
yeah, we hit rock bottom for a while there, but we
Okay.
we'll come back together.
Yeah. No, I'm happy to hear that you kind of got back together.
Yeah. And then the other part of the mental rehab was of course like the fear of falling, the fear, the like the deep fear in that was related to climbing and whatnot,
Yeah.
falling especially. That was a whole process of its own.
Yeah, I mean, how long did that take to like what how long did the physical, so from the moment of the accident, like I'm amazed from what you've described that you were able to walk after
Yeah.
recovery. So how long was the physical recovery?
So I was able to climb at the rehab facility had like a little climbing wall.
Yeah,
And I was able to like wheelchair my way to the wall and like tie in with the harness and climb a little bit, which I was like ready to stop climbing, honestly. Like if climbing, I was like I used it as a like deep motivation to have something that I wanted to get back to
yeah,
because it like you have this like deep fire inside, you want to like work toward it. But I was also like ready to like if it's not fun anymore, if it hurts too much, I'm gonna find something else to do with my life. I
of course
know
you
that.
will. Yeah,
Yeah. And so yeah, but so then it's the first time I climbed, yeah. So and my ankles were the worst part.
okay,
Was like my elbow kind of healed up. So when I like was able to climb again, I was surprised that it actually took some weight off my feet. And I was like, it feels pretty good to climb again compared to walking. It's like almost easier to climb than it is to walk because it can take a lot of weight off.
yeah,
Um, and that's um yeah, so that's I'm like, oh, it's fun to climb again. And then so 3 months in, I climbed at that wall. And then
wow,
yeah, right? It's crazy.
that is
And
great.
then uh-huh. And then some friend after I was done at the rehab center, I had like friends bringing me out. So I would like crutch my way to the crag, tie in, climb. Uh, a lot of like pain still, putting on your
Yeah,
climbing shoes and all that, but like, and not compared to walking or running or jumping or anything else. So it's like this feels kind of a I'm still able to like get into the flow and like feel climbing like I kind of used to. So I got
yeah.
hooked. I got super focused again. And 6 months after, Nathan and I climbed Moonlight Buttress in Utah.
Oh
That
wow.
bitch. That was like my like kind of and like oh my, like my moment where I realized like, oh, I'm gonna get back into climbing. This is
Yeah,
doable. Mm.
yeah,
He was carrying everything and did everything. I was
yeah, of
princess
course. Well, he has to, right?
following.
Yeah,
I was full on princess mode, but it was like it opened my eyes for like what was possible.
yeah,
And then 8 months, I went to Thailand on a climbing trip, and I did my hardest routes that I did. 8 months
ever.
after, yeah, many of them. Yeah,
That's crazy. That's absolutely
yeah,
nuts. Yeah,
yeah.
I take.
Uh,
I guess like that. That's crazy that you were able to get to that point physically. Um, but from what you described to me about your personality, that doesn't surprise me.
mm,
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean,
right.
it's incredible that you've managed to do that. But I think you sound like a hyper focused, driven personality.
Yeah, I have this like deep. It's not always for climbing. It could be something else, you know. I have this like deep fire that comes that like motivates me from like a good place.
Yeah.
And so it could be skiing or it could be climbing, which I poured most of my like energy into climbing throughout my life, but it could be like horse riding or
I mean, yeah,
ski. I just did a huh?
that's something I missed off your list, horse rider.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Um yeah, so what was I gonna say though? 8 months in, I was in Thailand, climbed. I think
You
what I was
climbed
getting
the
to is
hardest you climbed ever when you went to Thailand.
hmm. And because I I think the part of what we were talking about earlier is like all those things that you normally in your life worry about was washed away.
Yeah.
So it's so much less stress. You're like peaceful. You just it's easy to focus. It's like hard to get to that focus state. Like if you're just like even today, it's harder to get back to that state of being like so super motivated.
Okay.
But I had an excuse or like an excuse to not have so much other like distractions in my life. So I think that's like how I was able to get back as quick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Now,
had
now you've got a job.
yeah, now you gotta work, you gotta edit photos, you gotta you gotta do a lot of things.
Yeah, yeah. That
I
takes
live, yeah, full life.
yeah, that takes a lot of time, right? Because it's not just the taking the photos. I guess it's all the background work, like the editing and the sorting.
Editing.
Yeah.
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 And
So
like yeah.
that means less
Uh,
climbing.
yeah.
Yeah.
And also I mean uh yeah. No, I also like it now though to have more. I like to be more diverse than only like think about climbing. To be honest, I like to
Okay.
broaden my horizon a little bit now these days.
Okay. So are you like full into your photography because
No, it's more about hobby things. I just did a 4,000 mile scooter race across the U.S.
of course you did. It's 4,000 miles, right?
Four
That's
thousand miles in so like yeah, for 600 kilometers. No, 6,000
kilometers,
six.
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, 6,000
and
and a bit.
in 8 days on a little Vespa.
So you got to think for 4,000 miles. That's your limit.
Yeah. No, it was a race that some friend of mine were like talking me into doing, and I'm like, sure, let's do it.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Nice. That's really cool. So
Yeah.
have you still got some leftover metal work in your body?
No, I took that out like a year after the accident. I
Okay.
removed that.
Okay.
Now,
I hope the doctors took it out and not you.
yeah, no, it's me. He went to work. I got all that removed a year in because they said like I had this like giant metal plate in my elbow with
Yeah.
screws in it. So every time I would like climb and hit the wall, it goes ping.
Oh, right. Yeah,
Like
okay.
feel the metal and like the vibration. So I took that out. But it was that was almost harder than the first the initial surgeries. They because I was already climbing again. It was a year in. I'd already climbed my hardest. I was super psyched, and they're like, "It's gonna be easy surgery. You're gonna be walking out of here."
Right.
And I went in. and I had all sorts of complication where they're like worried about bone infections. They're like, we might have to amputate a foot. I'm like, no, 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 no. I just got no, no, no. You're not taking my foot now.
Yeah.
So it was like way more, probably because of the expectations I had. First time around, you're like happy you're alive. Second time, you're like, I'm alive and I'm happy about it. Don't like. So it was, yeah. So for everyone who's like are gonna remove metal in their body, take a moment and think about if it's worth it if it actually goes south, because I had a really bad scare after
Okay.
the way around.
But it's all out and it's all working happily, fine.
Yeah, I mean it's unfortunately my ankles are never gonna be like quite the same.
Okay.
I have a lot of arthritis. I just had them x-rayed and the doctor said, ooh, you have a lot there's a lot of things going on in here.
Okay.
It's a mess. So it's I gotta just accept to this day that I'm not gonna be a ultra marathon runner. I used to love running. Running isn't fun anymore.
Yeah.
I can run a little bit, but I have to pay with a lot of pain for it. So
Can you still
hiking,
ski?
I still ski. It
Good.
took many years before I could before it was like fun skiing again, just because of the like the pull on the ankle every time you move your ski.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Um, and like carrying heavy backpacks
Yeah.
is not
That's what Nathan's for.
that's what Nathan's for. Yeah, he admitted to me after the accident that he used to like sneak extra things into my backpack when we were like,
Yeah.
and now he's like carrying the things. He's like, I'm not.
He won't
I'm
allow you to carry anything.
now he's a gentleman. Yeah,
Yeah.
I carry a little bit, but not like the heavy loads.
Yeah.
And so like trad climbing, I used to love trad climbing, and I still do, but it's a lot more with all the long approaches and like all the gear on your harness. It's not as fun anymore. That's why I kind of fell into sport climbing as the because you don't have to like bouldering, you got to jump off,
Yeah.
and it's hard on the ankles. So you
Yeah.
gotta just stick to the things that like make me feel better than
Yeah. And not painful. Yeah.
not painful. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's still a little painful, but it's I can do the best out of it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So you're still climbing, still going well.
Yeah,
Yeah. Good.
yeah.
Good. Good. I was going to ask you, like, I guess, I'm guessing, like, for Nathan to have seen you fall, like, just imagining that would be like extremely traumatic experience to watch someone that you
Mhm.
love, I guess, fall and I guess watch all the things that were wrong with you at the time, like not knowing what was going to happen. Yeah.
It's a whole, I think his trauma was, I think I want to be in my place in if I could choose.
Yeah.
Definitely not like easy, like definitely hard, like trauma for him to recover from.
Is he,
I
is,
feel.
is he still affected by it?
I think we both have like it's 14 years now, 13 years. Yeah. I think we both kind of
Moved on.
moved on, yeah, which is
Yeah.
awesome. I think it like of course like um it's like I don't even want to forget it. And we both took like lessons off of it that we're gonna stay keep keep with us.
Yeah.
I think we're balanced and both went to a lot of therapy.
Yeah. 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 Okay. Yeah. And
Yeah.
how did you I guess your journey back into climbing with the fear of falling, what did that look like? How did you get over that? Well, not maybe not get over that. How did you learn to deal with that?
Yeah, so uh I I mean I was like you could hear me when I started climbing again. If I took a little fall, I would scream like I was dying. for
Yeah.
the longest time. People would be like, "Oh my God, someone had an accident," and they're like, "No, it's just from my falling."
Yeah.
And there was like I approached it, in my brain of like going back to scratch, like accept that you're really scared and then start working on it. Like I had to work on everything else you want to get good at.
Yeah.
The difference now is that like before the accident, you could like talk yourself out of fear.
Yeah.
Now I had this like fear that like is so paralyzing that you can't push through it.
Yeah.
It's like it forces you to like accept that you're scared, and the more you push into it, the more scared you might be. So you're just forced to like either you quit because it's really scary, which is easy, like, would be the easy way to just be like, fuck this, I'm out.
Yeah.
um but I just started like practicing and practicing and practicing and like watching videos of Chris Sharma a lot, taking big whippers
Yeah.
was actually really helpful to like kind of reprogram that it's okay to fall.
Yeah.
And then like weird things would come up, like if I was climbing and I got cold or there was a little bit of wind, without being on a scary route, I could be like paralyzed in fear again.
Yeah.
So it's like your nervous system has a story of its own.
Yeah.
So I would like go back and like do road biking to be like exposed to wind and cold without being in climbing until you're like, oh, I'm not dying, even if I don't know why cold kind of like got me scared, but for whatever reason, wind was all of a sudden really, really scary. So, and just by like getting no used to like wind and being cold and that being okay again. So like gradually just kind of um and then a lot of patience. Got to be
Um,
patient because like you can be good again and then all of a sudden you have some episode where you're like getting lowered and someone lowers you too fast and you're like again. So just be patient
yeah.
and have like a lot of compassion for yourself.
Yeah.
Be okay with it
Yeah.
instead of like trying to be mad or frustrated or push through. Just be okay. Today maybe isn't. Be
Today.
nice.
Yeah.
Be nice to yourself.
Yeah. I mean, sounds like you took a very pragmatic and
Yeah.
very objective approach to it. Again, just accepting, I guess, accepting the situation and just kind of just seeing how it goes and just edging your way and kind of I guess you tune into your like building that self-awareness of how you're feeling in the moment and just gently finding out where the level is at on that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like in the beginning, I would have like the goals, like, okay, the climbing session is not done until you're actually like fallen, climbing and falling,
Yeah.
or jumping from the anchor, or like taking some fall and not have the excuse. And if that me like so what I realized is that I wasn't scared of falling if I like hold and like look down and say I'm jumping,
Yeah.
then I could jump.
Yeah.
But the fear was in like going for something and like falling out of control.
Yeah.
So in the beginning, I was like, I was working on it, but like I tended to like get really into projecting because you like climb, you rehearse this route so many times that there's like that element of not knowing a hold like is gone.
Yeah.
So that I think that's why I got like so focused on projecting because I like actually took that element out.
Yeah.
Almost like unconsciously because I'm like, I'm fine with falling, and then like trying to onset something, I'm like, I'm actually not okay with falling out
Yeah.
of control.
Yeah.
So and that's what I kind of like, and it's been 14 years now. That's kind of what I moved on like to do again is to on-site, which I hated for so many years.
Yeah. Do
Mm.
you feel like was your on-sighting was your head game for on-sighting really good before the accident or
No, I don't
is
think
it
I've ever had like a
okay?
super. I think I worked so much with my fear of falling after the accident. I think I have a better head now than I used
Yeah,
to.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes complete sense. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
we
So
have such a or for a lot of people, not everyone, but I think that's a place where you can really expand your ability to climb is if you actually really like look into your on with honest eyes looks into your like fear of falling and fear of this and that or fear of whatever you're scared of
yeah, I mean,
in front of people or
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. No, I can't remember. It was a long time ago. I had a belay partner who dropped me 3 times, but not from really high to 2 meters above the ground on 3 different occasions, and as a result, I ended up with fear of falling and climbing.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Yeah, and it stopped me from enjoying it, although I didn't want to give up climbing and stayed with it. And I worked on it for 2 years. And I think just like you, spent so much time looking at myself and reflecting and trying to see progress. And after 2 years, my head, I was climbing in the same grades as I was before then, and my head's just way better
Yeah,
because I've spent all that time looking at it and kind of
yeah.
really looking at
Mm,
myself honestly.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you no excuses because
No excuses. Yeah.
yeah, no, it's an interesting, very fascinating process. And I think now I think there's a lot of resources on like that fear. Like with Hazel Finley, I think I haven't done any of her courses, but I think a lot of people are more talking about it more now. Actually,
Yeah.
on your fear is like a really beneficial thing.
It is. Yeah. I mean, yeah. So me and Hazel, we started running
Oh,
workshops at the same time. That's okay. Don't worry. It's okay. I'm not. So I'm not a very. I'm not a known climber. So um, hence people wouldn't know. That's okay. And then I guess as a result of these experiences, like I read some books, but the books that were out there weren't that good. Uh,
no.
and like running, I thought, well, if I can help myself, I'll help other people. And I guess Hazel must have gone through the same stuff. Like,
Yeah.
how can she use her experience to help other people? And we started around a similar time. Um,
That's-
And then I guess every time that I ran a workshop, I made a load of notes. And then when was it? 2021, I wrote the book, Climate Psychology.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah, which is basically just helping like to try and give people an easy to understand book on the fear of
Yeah,
because it's when you think about it, it's all quite common sense and it's not like psychology people make it out to be such a complicated thing, but it feels like common sense.
yeah,
And I think the biggest, just like you have, I think the biggest tool that I would teach anyone is self-awareness.
yeah.
And it's understanding yourself with who you are honestly and
Mm,
to be able to look at yourself objectively. Because if you understand how your mind works, then you can understand what you need to change.
have yourself, yeah. I think everyone's process is like there is a common like common in it, but it's also everyone is like pretty different on how to approach it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you need to push through it? Do you need to back off? Are you hard with yourself? Do you like,
And
yeah,
then
what do you need?
and then within that comes personality, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. So not one process works for everyone, and you need to look at like you can have someone who's a very driven personality and they want
mm,
to achieve goals, but by pushing themselves, they push themselves into a zone that
mm,
is not, it's negative for them. And
yeah,
they start to associate climbing or falling and making it a negative thing. And then they try and avoid it because it's negative.
yeah. Mm-hmm. It's a mind game, huh?
Yeah, so climbing is not just, it's not just falling, it's not just simple things. It's like you actually have to look at yourself.
Yeah. Which I think that's why I stick to climbing because it's so broad, like it's so intricate.
It
I
is.
think that's why I can stick to a sport for so long and still have fun, because
Yeah.
you can always like expand in some way or the other.
Yeah. And it's the mind that I think that it's the mind that gets in the way most of the times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. Just
You
eat.
got to challenge,
Pardon?
channel your, you got to channel, no, channel your inner Adamandra, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's like
It's hard to,
he's like constantly psyched, isn't he? He's got so much motivation.
mhm. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. Cool. Um, so uh I guess a couple more questions. So what has been, I guess, since your since the accident, what's been the most emotionally rewarding climb for you after the accident?
Ooh. I think, I mean, Moonlight Buttress, that's six
Okay.
months after, was like amazing. I think the climbing El Cap, like some years later, climbing Free Rider was probably the best. Or like,
Okay.
yeah, the best experience I've had.
Cool. Wow.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. And then I think my favorite sport climb is in Oleana. It's called
Yeah.
the Gorilla in the Niebla,
Yeah.
the gorilla in the fog. It's my
Yeah.
favorite.
There's a lot of hard climbs there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
spending time there has been was really cool.
Cool. Cool.
Yeah.
And so a few more questions, and then I'll let you go. Um, I guess currently, do you have any mental challenges that you feel you have to work on in climbing?
Yeah.
And what are they? If I may ask. If you don't want
Yes.
to, if you don't want to say it, please tell me.
Oh, no. Oh no, for sure. I think falling out of control
Okay.
is is something I have to like work on every time I climb.
Yeah.
Um, and like, oh, yeah, I don't think that ever, it does go away on projects, but now when I'm like on sighting and climbing a lot instead of projecting, it's a constant thing I think I have to work on. And that I feel like that the level of like fear is like very day dependent,
Of course. Yeah.
like depending on your like yeah, on your mental state. Like, do you have a lot on your mind? Do you like, it's an everyday thing when I
Yeah.
climb actually.
Of course.
um yeah. And then climbing with new partners.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a thing I'm very picky about my belayers.
Yeah. Me
You,
too. Yeah.
yeah, you can't mess up too much, you're not gonna have all the chances.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah. So I love climbing with people that puts like as much like pride in their belaying skills as their climbing skills.
Yeah.
They really, I feel like they pay attention.
Yeah.
I have a hard time if people like belay and talk, if they chat a lot on the ground.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a thing that is still like it's still on me, you know. It's still
Yeah.
something I can work on. I don't have to like,
No, I don't agree. No. So,
yeah.
like the chat that I have with people is like if you're belaying, you're holding
Mm,
someone's life in your hands, right? And as a belayer, you should have to pay attention, and 100% of your attention needs to be on the climber
yeah, I
because
love that.
you can't talk and have some of your focus talking, and you
Yeah,
can't like be super engaged with the climber because you need to know when to give slack. You need to know when to take in. You need to know when to give a soft catch. You need to
yeah,
know, do they physically look stressed? You need to be on it because their life is in your hands, whether that's
yeah,
indoor climbing, outdoor climbing, and I like I will not. And again, if I go climbing with people, I'll tell them what I want. I'll
yeah,
say, look, today I want you to be quiet. I don't want you to say anything. Or today actually what I really appreciate is can you just shout some words of encouragement when you
Mm,
see me struggle?
yeah.
Or it's like some people, it's a case of the continuous chat. So the climber feels that the belay is paying attention because they
Mm,
keep talking to you.
yeah.
And then the words you use can have an effect on how you perform too.
No, so much for sure.
Yeah. And
No,
as a climber, have that chat with your belayer.
mm,
Pay
you have
attention when I'm
relentless.
climbing. Yeah. Otherwise, you're at the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think that's I think yeah, you're right. I think that's a
And if
good or it's okay to like to have that talk and expect that from your player.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what makes you comfortable, and that's
Yeah.
what allows you to climb at your full potential. Because the last thing you want to do as a climber is to look down to
Mm,
check whether they're doing their job.
for sure.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm quite obviously you can hear my passion, right?
I love it.
Yeah, yeah,
All about it. Passion.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
No, it's
So like I've got some friends who's belaying I don't trust, and I
yeah.
won't. I'll find an excuse, and I just won't let them belay me.
Yeah. No, I think that's okay. Good.
Yeah. And if I climb with somebody new, like I'll watch their behavior. And
Mm,
if I'm not comfortable with the way they move and the way they do the rope and stuff, if I pick up on something that I'm not comfortable with, I will want to watch what they can do.
mm.
Somebody else first.
I do that too. Like
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
you go
Yeah,
first.
you go first.
Go first. I won't watch this. I do that all the time.
Yeah, but that's good, right? Because it then
Good,
builds
yeah.
confidence in watching someone and go, oh, okay, yeah, they do know what they're doing. And I think
Yeah.
like belaying is such a skill that you go on a course, you learn how to belay, but that doesn't mean that you know how to belay. It
Yeah.
means that you can stop someone from killing themselves.
Yeah.
But like just like climbing, belaying takes experience.
Yeah. It really does.
Yeah. As with
Hmm.
driving, right? You pass your
Yeah.
driving test, and it doesn't mean you can drive. It means you can stay safe and not kill yourself
Yeah.
and other
Yeah.
people.
It actually took like me and Nathan a while after obviously he was belaying me we were climbing together after I recovered, but it wasn't like the perfect combination in the beginning since we had this like experience together.
Yeah,
He's like scared of me falling. I'm scared of falling.
yeah,
So like it's obviously it's worked out again now. He's a fabulous player, but in the beginning it was like almost better to climb with someone else I would trust, just to
yeah,
have that like distance from like it doesn't help me if you're scared for me falling because I'm terrified of falling.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but
And that anxiety travels right through the rope.
yeah.
Yeah, feed off each other. And I see it all the time, like belay, like somebody who has fear of falling and climbing. The way they belay,
Yeah,
uh,
it's a little
it's too like the rope's too tight, and they create anxiety, and you can feel it when you're climbing. Like
yeah,
you want the rope to be nice and fluid again when it's safe to do so, but you
yeah,
can feel that anxiety.
no,
Yeah,
100%.
yeah. Cool. One more question, and then I'll let you go. What is like? I think I know the answer to that, but I'll let you answer it. What is your mental strength superpower in climbing
To do the work,
to do the work? Yeah.
do the work if it take however long it takes.
Yeah. To
I
grind.
yeah, the grind. And like I love yeah, that yeah, to do the work it takes. And I can hang I've had projects where I hang on for like 2 years, 3 years
Yeah.
projects, and to not get tired of it, to find like the small things. Oh, I did this today, I did that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And like yeah, to like keep going, to keep going and keep going and keep going. I don't know if it's a superpower, but it works a lot of the time. Like
Yeah. I mean, 4,000 miles of scootering and 3,900 miles of cross-country skiing, that'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I think and then to deal with pain is another.
yeah,
I've gotten really good at dealing with pain
yeah,
through this whole pain project after the accident. I think I can deal with
yeah.
to mm,
You sound like very resilient. Yeah.
yeah, guess so.
Well, you
You
are,
got
yeah. I
got
mean,
eight
yeah.
months of winter in Norway. You gotta be resilient just to live there.
Say that again.
You got 8 months of winter every year in Norway. You got to be resilient just to live there.
Yeah, okay, right. Yes, maybe, right. Maybe that's
Yeah,
helped you as well,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Tough.
No,
You're very tough.
thank you.
Yes. Cool.
Oh,
I'm gonna try and pronounce your Rannveig. Is that right? How do you Americans say it?
run by.
Rannveig.
Yeah, they can't roll their R's, so they run by.
Yeah, ran.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh,
Rannveig, it was really nice to talk to you. So I hope you guys enjoyed the chat with Rannveig. Um Really nice. Talk to her. Great, inspiring story. We had another little chat after I turned the podcast off, talking about the book that I'd written, Climate Psychology, which she didn't realize that I'd written it. So she put two and two together. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you have any suggestions on topics you'd like us to talk about, any people you'd like us to interview, just give us a shout, send us an email, or send us a message on social media, and we'll speak to you guys soon.